Testicles 1 2. Testicles 1 2. Corleone in the building, man. Salute to William Brook in the building. We about to start it up. Salute, man. I already know. Hold on. We're gonna be dealing with a little bit of fire, man. We're gonna be dealing with a little bit of fire today. I can tell with the topic at hand, and Twitter might not like it. YouTube might not like it. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get demonetized today and all the above, man. But it's something that I just feel like we need to. I want to talk about a little bit and, talk to some of y'all in the chat about. So we're going to be talking about this today. It needs to be talked about, if anything, man. At least I need to get it off my chest and, my thoughts and opinions on that. Let me put some music on for a little bit until I get annoyed. Real low, though. Some low, though. So yeah, man, salute to everybody in the building. Let's get this show on a roll. Yeah, people gonna tell me to stay in my lane. You can get demonetized. I mean, that like the salutes to. Hold on. Salutes to everybody in the building. Salutes to Sean Corleone. Salutes to Leo 2 Live. Salutes to Not Tripping. Long Beach Joe in the building. Gucci Lou in the building. Curtis Jackson in the building. William Brooklyn in the building. Andreas Lopez in the building. I am Scocks in the building. A Reed in the building. Brayson in the building. You already know what it is, man. And salutes to everybody in here. Like I said, people are gonna probably be coming in a little bit slow. YouTube might not send out the notifications on this when it comes to this type of stuff. And yeah, as far as demonetization, when it comes to this, YouTube don't like shootings and mass killings, like that type of stuff, to always be put out there, because they don't know the type of message the person behind it is saying and whatnot. But like I said, I wanted to talk about this today because I feel like it's very important. And there's like other things, like you guys might know my last video I did on a gun. I've done a couple videos on guns on this channel as well, which has sparked a little bit of a debate, or I would say a little bit of uneasiness with some of my viewers out there. And I wanted to talk about even that type of stuff as well. This might be political to some people, or like Gucci Lou said, somebody gonna tell me to stick to shoes and whatnot. But look, man, I'm voicing my opinion just like anybody else here can voice their opinion. I ain't no goddamn politician, and so is everybody else that's on Twitter telling me what to do. They not a goddamn politician either. So with that being said, I'm gonna talk about what I want to talk about, just like people go online and talk about what they want to talk about. Motherfuckers that work at McDonald's talk about basketball players every single day. Stick to flipping burgers. Is that what I should tell you at the end of the day? Should I tell you to stick to flipping burgers, or should I tell you to stick to flipping or doing whatever the hell you do? Nah. You have a right to speak your voice at the end of the day, man. So with that being said, we're gonna talk about the shit that's going on, and we're gonna go off of that, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me get my hookah right. Switch to Retro 813 Reno in the building. Mr. Skinny in the building. Lil O Heavy Money in the building. Maurice in the building. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it, man. First things first, let's go and go a little quick breakdown of the shooting itself, because maybe some of y'all know about it. Maybe some of y'all don't know about it. I mean, I'm pretty sure y'all would know about it, but July 4th was sparked by a couple of shootings in America. And we know with the rise in general, there's been a slight rise in mass shootings across the nation, from the shooting at in Texas, I believe it was, at the grocery store, and then the shooting at the elementary school, and then now this shooting in Highland Park in Illinois, back to back to back, that's been going on. I actually went and looked at the number of mass shootings from 1982 to 1982 to 2022, and we're at currently 7 right now is what it's stating, and we're halfway through the year. That's pretty much one a month. And you know, I look back and see like 2016, 17, 18, and 19 was some of the highest mass shootings ever, which was you know, surprising. I would, you know, almost think now that we're up there, but we're not even finished with 2022, so we would have to see where this goes. But you can see 2018, 2017, 2019 was pretty horrific.
Ooh, that pussy popping on a handstand.
Skinny, I see you, chain gang sissy. I'm gonna quietly tearing your ass up, then Tony is next.
Salutes to Kwame Brown in the building, man. Skinny, I see you, you chain gang sissy. I'm gonna quietly tear your ass up, and then Tony next. Kwame, please do not come around this way. You do not want the smoke, and ain't no tearing no ass up over here, man. But as you can see, man, it's been getting worse over the years from this graph here, at least from Statista. Hopefully I'm saying that right. But on a idiotic summer morning, hopefully I'm saying that right, from a rooftop high above the Highland Park Independence Day parade, a gunman aimed down at the floats and lawn chairs and strollers and opened fire. The high school marching band members sprinted for their lives, still carrying their flutes and saxophones. Bystanders scooped up their children and fled, and all 7 people were killed. Some 24 others were injured, either by rifle fire or from the stampede away from the scene. So I remember yesterday seeing this. It was 6 people, so I'm guessing somebody else must have been shot and eventually passed away. After an hour-long search, authorities arrested 20-year-old Robert Bobby Cremo III. A day later, he was charged with 7 counts of first-degree murder in what Lake County State's Attorney Eric Reinhart called a premeditated and calculated attack. Here's what we know about the shooting. Man accused in the Highland Park shooting parade ordered held without bail. And this is him. And this is real recent that this would just happen right here. This dude looks like a goddamn... He just looks crazy as fuck. Lake County judge ordered Robert E. Bobby Cremo, accused of carrying out the rooftop massacre at Highland Park Independence Day parade, held without bond as his protection on 7 counts of first-degree murder, calling Cremo a threat to the community. Judge Theodore Potkonjak ordered him to remain in jail. Cremo's next hearing is set for July 28th. These are the victims of the 4th of July shooting in Highland Park, and they have a whole different article for that. A day after, a gunman fired 70 rounds into the crowd of the Highland Park Independence Parade, and concerns and questions began to emerge about the availability of high-capacity firepower in Illinois, including whether rules and laws around background checks are enough to protect the public. When asked if ISP reviewed the cleared and present danger report from Highland Park Police when considering Cremo's I'm saying this one's got a tongue twister. Subsequent I'm saying this wrong. FOID application. A state policeman sponsor responded at the time the FOID application was submitted and there was not a clear and present danger. Here's some of the people that passed away. Rest in peace in these people. Irina and Kevin McCarthy. The Tyler was found running alone after gunfire. And Vice President Kalama Harris visiting as well. As always, you know, the president always pulls up doing their little press. And look, this is, like I said, it's not even a political thing. We're going to get straight into it, though. Alleged shooter charged with 7 counts of premeditated, calculated attack. This is one of the man's Mexican grandfather among those killed. Hardworking man. I seen this guy yesterday as well. Very, very sad and tragic. Very, very sad and tragic shooting. You can't even go to a fucking 4th of July without people getting shot. You can't go to churches. You can't go pretty much everywhere without the risk of this happening. You know, it's definitely scary.
Morning, Janice.
Morning, Greg.
So we're going to check it out. His daddy was a politician? Wow. Did not even know about that. This is a long-ass motherfucking ad, man. Yeah, and I seen something, Copenhagen shooting, right? Where's Copenhagen? That's a city, right? I've heard of Copenhagen. Is that the one in Jersey? Isn't that Germany, or am I right, Leo? Let me know. All right, let's see what's going on here.
Madison area after firing 70 rounds into the crowd at a 4th of July parade near Chicago, killing 7 people, hurting dozens of others. That all according to police in Highland Park, Illinois. We have team coverage tonight with Elizabeth Wattis and Colton Molesky. Let's start with you, Elizabeth.
According to NBC News Chicago, driving here to Madison was the suspect's attempt to ditch his phone and throw authorities off the trail before driving back to Illinois. Police say they can't get into how they knew the suspect came to Wisconsin, and they wouldn't give us an exact timeline of when they think the shooter was here and exactly where he was, just that it happened after the shooting and before he was taken into custody. We did get it confirmed with a spokesperson from Madison Police that the FBI was in contact with local police in connection to the shooting.
He drove around to a number of places. He drove into Wisconsin, then he came back into Illinois. That's when the alert person who recognized the vehicle description from the press briefing called 911 and he was stopped.
Now, police did confirm there was a rifle in the car when the suspect was eventually pulled over back in Illinois. They say the suspect had 2 AR-15 style weapons that day, both bought legally in Illinois. I am in contact with our local FBI agents and the Department of Transportation, trying to learn more about the suspect's quick detour here to Madison. Live in the studio, Elizabeth.
Also, I want to see about
The city of Highland Park, Illinois is mourning today following Monday's fatal shooting at its Independence Day parade. The death toll rose today to 7, with more than 30 others injured. Marissa Perlman has the latest from Highland Park.
Police say the man they believe carried out Monday's deadly parade shooting, 21-year-old Robert Cremo III.
Look at this motherfucker, bro.
Fired off at least 70 rounds from a high-powered rifle that he legally obtained.
We do believe Cremo pre-planned this attack for several weeks. He accessed the roof of a business via a fire escape ladder and began opening fire on the innocent Independence Day celebration goers.
The investigation reveals the shooter was disguised in women's clothing as he carried out the attack.
This is crazy.
Investigators do believe he did this to conceal his facial tattoos and his identity and help him during the escape with the other people who were fleeing the chaos. Following the attack, Cremo exited the roof. He dropped his rifle and he blended in with the crowd and he escaped.
Officials say he then walked to his mother's home and drove away in her vehicle. He was apprehended about 9 hours later during a traffic stop.
Ooh, that pussy popping on a handstand.
To America.
In the land of the free, over 300 people are shot every single day. From mass shootings, road rage, inner city wars, and suicides. Are you aware TV is a form of mind control?
Salusa America, in the land of free, over 300 people are shot every single day from mass shootings, road rage, inner city wars, and suicides. Are you aware TV is a form of mind control? Yes, I do. I do believe that as well, America. And yeah, my mom just texted me right now. There's a Publix indicator You know, I'm from Decatur. A man got killed today, just right now, from road rage in a parking lot in a very middle class area. You know, like motherfucker just got shot. We're gonna talk about a lot today, man. We're gonna talk about a lot. I'm just kind of letting y'all absorb this with me so we can get to the topics at hand.
His car and more legal firearms at his home in a nearby town. Now investigators are pouring through videos of the incident and Cremo's social media accounts.
At this point, we have not developed a motive from him. We have no information to suggest at this point it was racially motivated by religion, or any other protected status.
The victims ranged in age from 8 to 85. Among those killed, Jackie Sundheim, who worked at a local synagogue, and great-grandfather Nicholas Toledo, who was visiting from Mexico. He was shot to death while watching the parade from his walker. Marissa Perlman, CBS News, Highland Park, Illinois.
This is another thing too. So this is the other thing.
Digging into the suspect's background today.
Yeah, we want to get more into that.
So yeah,
investigative reporter Ben Bradley is joining us with more on what he uncovered. Ben.
Ray and Lotus, we found too many warning signs to count.
So this is another thing.
Contain violence and vengeance.
He's a rapper,
along with the logo of a far-right overseas group. We share these images not to glorify the suspect, but to show you what police have uncovered that's informing their investigation.
Bobby Cremo was a prolific poster online where he apparently went by the name Awake the Rapper. His videos foretell his alleged violent acts. In one, he appears to dramatize his school shooting.
I know what I have to do. I know what's in it, not only for me, but for everyone else. Where am I going? I don't know. I don't care. There is no past or future, just the now.
In another video, Cremo appears to animate his own demise in a confrontation with police. All of this informing the operation to arrest him. Police chasing
hey,
leads
Martinez.
Across the northern...
Yo, Martinez, I think the same thing. That nigga's chin was broken, nigga.
...suburbs, with Skycam 9 spotting this heavily armed armada of sheriff's deputies at Lutheran General Hospital earlier.
This is a terribly difficult day, and the bloodiest that we've experienced in Highland Park.
Highland Park's mayor, Nancy Rodering, also confirming to WGN Investigates she has a connection to the suspect. She said his father unsuccessfully ran against her for mayor in 2019.
Wow.
Investigators have only just begun to piece together the motive and method of this murderous rampage. Police say the 22-year-old suspect was known to law enforcement, but one question that will be asked in the days to come: were they aware of the violent videos that have been online for many months?
Sources say there were concerns about Bobby Cremo's mental health going back to at least middle school, where he was said to have struggled and was described as a reclusive student. I'm told when the district offered him resources and help, it was...
So, man, yeah, it was a planned attack, Kelly. Let me give you one more thing, just so y'all can see. We're going to do one more thing, one more video.
That suspect is scheduled to make his first court appearance in the morning, and prosecutors say they plan to ask the judge to deny bail. Tonight, 21-year-old Robert Cremo III
they did catch him,
with 7 counts of first-degree murder, the first of several to be filed.
Attempt murder charges, aggravated discharge charges, aggravated battery charges. There will be dozens of more charges against Mr. Cremo.
Earlier, investigators releasing this image, allegedly showing Cremo dressed in women's clothes, around the time police say he fired more than 70 rounds at parade goers after climbing a fire escape to a rooftop.
Following the attack, Cremo exited the roof, he dropped his rifle, and he blended in with the crowd, and he escaped.
Salute, Ron.
Police say Cremo then walked to his mother's home nearby and drove her 2010 Honda Fit to the Madison, Wisconsin area before returning to Illinois, where he was spotted and arrested. In the car, police say they recovered a second high-powered AR-15 style rifle, and they also found multiple handguns in his Highwood home, where Cremo lived with his uncle. That uncle says he saw no red flags.
Do you see any sort of warning signs or anything? There's no warning signs.
But years before the shooting, officials say Highland Park police had 2 encounters with Cremo. The first in April 2019, after relatives say Cremo attempted suicide. The second months later, after he...
You seen no sign. There's no sign of nothing, but this man tried to kill himself.
Allegedly
threatened to kill his family.
Officials say police confiscated 16 knives, a sword, and a dagger. That uncle says Cremo lived elsewhere at the time.
Okay.
There was no probable cause to arrest. There were no complaints that were signed by any of the victims.
Officials say 3 months later, Cremo obtained a firearm owner's ID card after being sponsored by his father. Illinois State Police say there was insufficient basis to establish a clear and present danger and deny the FOID application. Officials say Cremo later legally purchased the rifle allegedly used in the shooting, as well as other weapons at Chicago area gun stores. State police say he passed 4 federal background checks to make those purchases.
Hey, if you like that video, be sure to subscribe to our ABC7 Chicago YouTube channel.
All right, y'all. So, yeah, man. July 4th, the Day of America. A lot of protests went down on the July 4th. I know from first experience, like this scene, I'm like, you know, with the Roe versus Wade, I know a lot of people was protesting with that. Gun violence, mass shootings, you know, civil rights. There's a lot of stuff, man, in America right now at this moment. We live in a time in America that's going to be written and talked about for many years to come. You know when we look back and talk about the 60s and stuff like that, in 2060, 2070, whatever, if we're still alive, if this world is still here, we'll be talking about this time period, the 2000s, the 220s, the 2020, you know, 2000 to 2022, the 2000 to 2020, you know, 2020s, plural. It's just a lot of shit going on, a lot of change in this world and everything. It's very scary, you know. Gun rights, both sides of things, background checks, and all the above. And it's salutes to tripping because he came in the very beginning and said, "Is there anything we can really do?" I don't really think there is anything that we can really do at this point either, because I'm a guy that speaks on problems and then speaks on solutions, and I don't like to speak on problems without the solutions. But this is something that really can't change at this point, and it's kind of one of those things that we're so far gone in it that we have to kind of sit and we're gonna have to deal with the problems that we allowed. You feel me? Like, look, I'm an avid gun owner at the end of the day. I just did a gun video, the last video on this channel. I'm an avid person of a Second Amendment and all that, right? I do, however, don't like what goes on with these mass killings and these mass murders and people using assault or AR-15s to do it. You know, I understand it for that reasoning. I am someone that says at the end of the day, though, is that it's not the gun that kills the person, it's the actual person that pulls the trigger at the same time. And I like doing videos on guns because I want people to see the representation of someone that's very responsible with a gun, on how it's supposed to be handled, how it's supposed to be done, and the proper way of what representation of that is. Let me put it this way. I hate it's totally two different things, but this is the analogy. It's like seeing a black person put on the news and they say show representation of a black person, and it's someone sagging their pants and talking ignorant and doing ignorant things, robbing people, and then saying, look at these black people and how they do, you know, how they move. And that's all they talk about, and that's the representation of a black man. But they don't look at the black men that are lawyers out here, that own businesses, that are doing the right thing. There's a lot more of those than they are bad, you know. But the news or the media will only portray that bad part of it. I feel like that's the same thing that happens when it comes to guns. We look at the things that are horrible and the bad things that happen with those things, and the people that do have those things that do wrong with it. I am for more strenuous background checks at the end of the day and all that. I'm all for it. But I don't feel like banning guns or taking guns are going to solve the issue. For the simple fact that there's over 400 million guns in America. There's more guns than people in America. And I just don't understand how you can stop that at the end of this day. How you can, you know, change it. Yeah, if you stop the making of it right now, there'll still be loopholes, and there'll still be these 400 million guns still floating around. At this point in time, they just passed a law in Georgia where you don't have to even have a concealed carry license to conceal carry. Like, you don't have to have a carrying license. You buy a gun, you can put it underneath in your pants and walk around with it covered. You don't need nothing. Like, that just happened. That's the direction that it's headed. Even with this stuff that's going on now, that's what's going to happen. And with that being said, from someone like me that is a person that does not want to hurt nobody, I don't want to hurt nobody. I don't want to kill nobody. I don't want to do nothing wrong with nobody. But I see people like this man right now. I want to have protection from situations like this. The issue is that at the end of the day, I don't want to be, as a law-abiding citizen, then being underprotected by someone that doesn't give a damn about the law at all. In California, there's a law that there's a ammo capacity law. If you have an AR-15, I think I saw it on the other day, like, in order to load an AR-15 in California, you can't just take the clip out. You got to take the front of the gun up, press a button, take the clip out, put the clip back in, do this and do. It's like a 30-second, maybe even to a minute reloading process on a AR, right? I don't know how pistols go, but a person that's coming to rob you and kill you and your family in the home or whatever, they don't go by that law that this person that's actually following this law goes. So it's like you're trying to defend yourself with someone that doesn't give a damn about the laws that they're breaking at that time. And it's just like, to the people that are actually trying to do right, it's putting them in a even weaker state of defense, you know. And I'm not saying like the soft guns and mass killings arm more people. Like, I'm not trying to really say anything. I'm just speaking on that specific moment, like at time, like what that can cause. I don't know where this world is headed right now, but I want to make sure that me and my family were protected from situations like this, because it's happening everywhere. There hasn't been a place there that hasn't happened yet. At this point, there's been killings at elementary schools, high schools, possibly middle school, I'm pretty sure. I mean, there's been that, all schools, colleges, churches, where you think you are the most safest. Can I be honest? The last time I went to church, which was about 2 weeks ago, I felt a little uneasy. I go to a predominantly black church, right? And this was, I think, around the shooting at the grocery store. I honestly felt a little afraid. Nothing about the people with me within the church, but like, like, this is how it be. Like, you in church and you praising the Lord, and some crazy motherfucker want to come in and just go to work. What's stopping them? I honestly thought about that, and I was uneasy. Hold on one second. But I actually felt like that. I actually felt a little bit of fear. When I go to the grocery store, like, I'm looking at people. People are looking around too. Like, there is a fear now in everyday, living in America. That once it was like, fear of being black, being killed by a cop, but now it's like fear of just living and a crazy motherfucker having a bad day or having a bad feeling, and they want to do something. That's just how it is. Like, that's how I think about stuff now. You feel me? Exactly, Ron. I'd rather be paranoid than not. I don't like to be too comfortable. You feel me? I ain't gonna say bracing. I ain't gonna say, but I'm pretty sure people do. I'll say that. Yeah, I do, D Jones. I have it. I do. I have it. I don't like. I'm not the type that like. I don't want. Look, when I buy guns, I'll be honest. When I'm buying guns, like right now, like I have enough weapons to defend my family, right? So when I'm buying a gun now, I'm simply just buying a gun because I like to shoot. I honestly like to shoot, like plinking and stuff. The sport of shooting, I would like to be in competition and stuff. I kind of find joy in shooting targets, seeing how far I can shoot. I don't buy weapons like, yeah, this gonna kill a motherfucker, or I'm gonna blow a motherfucker brains out. Like, that's not how I think. I don't think like that. I don't want to ever have to use my weapon on a person. I don't. That's not my first thought when going into that, you know? I fear in my, I pray to
Ooh, that
God
pussy
that,
popping on a handstand.
Hey Tony, just curious, if the government decided to take our guns, would you be willing to turn them in?
salutes the gun owner, through the $3 donation. Hey Tony, just curious, if the government decided to take our guns, would you be willing to turn them in? I don't even know how would that work? You know, how would that work at the end of the day? How does, you know, you're forced to bring it in? Like, I heard about that happening in the 90s or something like that, or 80s or something. I'm kind of curious. I don't know. But, you know, that's that on my end. Like, with that, man, I'm not on any side. Like, do I feel like as a gun owner, I need a fully automatic rifle and all that? Like, I don't care. Like, that's why I'm in the middle. Like, people might feel like I'm advocating for us to have 60-round drums and all that. Like, fully automatic. Like, I'm not trying to go that goddamn far. But at the same time, like, I do want something that can protect my household and my family. You know, that's just how I am at the end of the day. And I'm all for doing it the right way, showing safety, being safe as possible, and not doing nothing stupid and being ignorant about it. Because there's a lot of people that own guns that are stupid. Now, I don't want to make this all about that. You know, I want to talk about the issues at hand with these people and even the media. Man, the media itself is not helping the issue. And look, I'm all for the news. I want to know everything that's going on. Me personally, if the news wasn't on TV, was not there, I'll be searching this shit on the internet. Seeing stuff and us having this social media has desensitized us and has caused fear in people as well. But I mean, it's good to know what the hell's going on. But it's all about the people that are giving the media and their agenda behind it. You know, like Fox will have a certain type of viewpoint and stance and agenda on how they present it. CNN's going to have their own way of how they present it. You feel me? They're going to present it a certain way to push their agenda. There's always agendas. There's all ulterior motives. And that's why you got to kind of stay clear of that as well, you know, on how you are watching and what you're receiving. Because, look, man, I've learned a lot of things in general about how I used to think and how I think now. And, you know, I used to be super, super, super like far left with everything. Like, and I feel like I'm in the middle. I feel like I see it from both ends. Like, I would love free healthcare. I would love free school and all that at the end of the day. But at the same time, I want people to also, I feel like with free stuff, somebody has to pay. And I feel like at the same time, if we do too much free, we don't end up working hard either. Like, I feel like there's a balance for every single thing out there that there has to be a balance, bro, at the end of the day when it comes to that. I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm not too fond of Trump. I'm not too fond of Biden. You know, like I'm very independent on my thoughts and beliefs when it comes to that in general. And this shit is just crazy. It's getting out of hand. It's definitely a fear. Even nowadays, there's a fear though also with the fact that people can like I said, I'm all for having the guns and all that if you're responsible. I am not the biggest proponent of this new law in Georgia where anybody can conceal a gun though now, because I don't feel like everybody that has a gun is responsible. I don't feel like every individual that has a gun is responsible or knows how to react responsibly. You feel me?
Ooh, that pussy popping on a handstand.
It's simple. They ask, and if you don't comply, then they kick in your door and put you and your wife's face in the ground and remove you and your guns. Would you turn them in, Tony?
Gun owner for $3, man. It's simple. They ask you if you don't comply, they kick in your door and put your wife's face in the ground and remove you and your guns. Would you turn them in, Tony? I'll plead the fifth, man. I'll speak to my lawyer on that, gun owner. Honestly, you feel me? I'm gonna speak to my lawyer and see what's the deal with that type of situation. You know, Yeah, I have to speak to my lawyer on that type of situation. The Second Amendment is there for a reason. The Second Amendment is why we have this nation. You know what I'm saying? Am I for having, like, the Second Amendment was one of the reasons created was for the defense of like the oppression of the government and whatnot. You know, like the U.S. was owned by the British, right? And people in America said they had enough. They went and bared arms and defeated the British and got them the hell up out of here and created the country we live in today. And for that reason, the Second Amendment was kept there as a Second Amendment because people felt like they had the right to bear arms to defend, defend that what they stood, like what got them there to that today, you know. And by taking the guns, you then are then pretty much taking away your defense of that oppression. If things happen, I mean, the government itself over the years has turned far left, far right, left and right. Does that mean it's always right? No, it's been wrong. It's been right. So what happens is they take your guns and then America turns into some communistic type of society or dictatorship. You know, it's like those are the type of things like that. That's why I think I would just plead the fifth on. But Roy Wands of the Alter Ego, this is definitely a good. I think that if you would, I like to hear your word on this, bro. You know what I'm saying? And anybody in the chat, like, I definitely think we should I definitely think this is a good one, man. Oh shit, hold on. Yo. Okay, never mind. I'm about to say this. StreamYard's finesse my loophole. I thought StreamYard's about to. Yo, I thought StreamYard's finesse my loophole, boy. I was about to say, boy. Them niggas said, get the fuck out of here. Hey, gun owner. I'm with you though. Like, I get what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? We'll talk when we get there. Oh shit, I'm leaned up. Hold on, I'm leaned up. Yo, y'all want to take the link, man? Right there, take the link, man. Yeah, Brayson, and that 3D gun printing shit's crazy too. I've been watching videos on it. That's wild. That though itself is not even illegal though. Like you can legally print a lower, right? And do you have to file the paperwork, the serial number? Okay, we got somebody. What's going on, London? You muted, London. Unmute your mic.
What up, Tony?
What's going on, brother?
Hey, I just wanted to come in here and just speak about a couple things real quick.
Yes, sir. Let's get it.
First off, you mentioned the media, right?
Yeah.
And what gets me is guns save way more lives in America than people die. The statistic is like 500,000 to 3 million people are saved by guns, and only 30,000 people die by guns if you don't count suicides.
Okay.
And then on the topic of somebody mentioned about taking guns, right?
Yeah.
I live in Central Florida, Orlando, and there's a very big Venezuelan and Cuban population where I live at. And a lot of us, we talk about guns in our workplace, and they compare it to Venezuela, and they were actually, all their guns were outlawed. And they compare us to turning out like them.
Wait, when was that?
There's not a lot of rights there.
When was that done? When was that done? The taking of the.
Oh, I can't give you the exact date. It's just, if you don't know, there's a large population of Venezuelans fleeing to the U.S. through asylum, right?
But I'm saying, was that
immigration program?
I just want to ask, was that recently though, or like back in the day?
Oh no, Venezuela's been under dictatorship for years
because of Gaddafi, right? What's his name? Was it Gaddafi? What was the Venezuelan guy? They beat the hell out of him.
Yeah.
Let me see.
So Venezuela and Cuba, they're basically like the same.
Okay.
Then you can take get Canada too. They don't have outright on guns, but their law is when you have a gun, the gun has to be put in one side of the house with a different safe code and a different lock, and your ammunition and your magazines have to be in another side of the house and a different lock and a different code. So just recently they tried to outright ban all guns like last month, but there's YouTubers like Aberrant Preach that spoke out against it. And basically the problem is 3D printed guns, and when you go and you take the guns away from people like me and you, now we're not allowed to defend ourselves.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to say that point. Like, there's a lot of people that say get rid of guns, but don't realize guns are the things that's out here saving us the most. Most mass shootings are stopped by a gun.
Yeah.
And most people who speak out about not having the guns are usually not gun owners, are not educated, or never went through the process of buying a gun themselves.
Understood. Salutes to I am Tony Fresh. I don't agree about agree with banning guns. The law-abiding citizens gonna follow the rules, and the criminals gonna get them the way they've been getting them. Exactly. Some of y'all are saying okay, yeah, Gaddafi, my bad, yeah. Thank you. Let me see. I hate that people are taking advantage of the Second Amendment. Someone said these amendments were written in 1751. It's time for them to be written in today's time. Hey, I would love for y'all to take this link, man. You know what I'm saying? And give your thoughts and opinions on that. I would love to hear what you think should be changed or amended, or like what what way should be changed at this point. That's definitely something on my mind here, and anything else about these mass shootings in general. I would like to hear you guys' thoughts and opinions about like how we can fix it or what can be fixed at this point. Somebody said that London is naming false stats. Well, take the link. I would like to hear what you got to say. All y'all, feel free.
Hey, to the person that said I'm naming false facts, you can just go to CDC and just type in, or Tony, you can Google it right now. You can go to CDC and guns save lives, and all those stats will actually pop up for you.
All right, let's see. Let me see if I can find anything. Guns save lives, statistics, fun facts, fast facts.
And trust, I live in Florida now, and I grew up in Connecticut. So most of my life, I've been against guns because that's like an ultra blue state. It's not until I moved to Florida and I started learning and researching all this stuff that now I'm like a gun advocate.
Okay, so I found this. I think this is exactly what you're talking about. I found it. There were more than 45,000 firearm-related deaths in the United States in 2020. That's about 120 people dying from a firearm-related injury every single day. Let me see. Now, as far as what you were saying about those like saving lives compared to number, I don't know where I can find that at. But I see the people that have died. What's going on, Brayson?
Yo.
It's good, brother.
Shit,
Ooh, that
Hold on
pussy
one second.
popping on a handstand.
When government takes away citizens' right to bear arms, it becomes citizens' duty to take away government's right to govern. Had they not of took action, all you motherfuckers would have a British accent.
When government takes away citizens' right to bear arms, it becomes citizens' duty to take away government's right to govern. Had they not took action, all you motherfuckers would have a British accent. Yeah. With salutes to I am Tony Fresh. Buy all the lower receivers you can. So what's up, Brazen? What's on your mind, man?
I mean, shit, really, I just came to chime in, but like me personally, like I just turned 23 this year. I bought my first gun when I turned 21, and I'm from Atlanta. Like I was born here, raised here, went to school, everything.
Okay.
And me
Did you
personally,
go to Brookwood?
what happened?
Did you go to Brookwood?
No, I went to Arabia. If
Oh
you
no,
know it.
reason why I'm asking because that Patriots kind of I think they're like the Brookwood Patriots, but I know Arabia Mountain.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
where I
Okay,
graduated.
that's in Lithonia, right?
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you know it ain't no bullshit over there.
Nah,
So
I already know. I already know.
you see how that shit go, and I like, in my opinion, I feel like guns do more good than harm. But like at the end of the day, like you said, it's the person's choice of what they gonna do. You can't really stop people from doing what, because even if it wasn't guns, what's stopping them from taking a hammer and going on a fucking hammering spree or some shit? So it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, even in New York, it's illegal to own a gun, but people still getting shot every day over there.
Facts.
So it's definitely something crazy here. And I'm not even gonna lie, as far as like spotting out people like this guy, Wake, that's his name. Even spotting somebody like that. Like I'm not here to say like I said, I'm here. I'm always for like trying to find solutions and whatnot, but it's hard to spot these people at the end of the day. Because these people could be normal one minute and then their minds just change. Who knows? But I mean, it's always in hindsight too. It's easy to look back. I mean, this guy, looking at these pictures from what I'm seeing on the internet, this guy already looks, yeah, he definitely looks a little crazy. These pictures and showing his death. He actually had a Discord apparently too, and who knows what was going on in these Discords. So
Didn't other buddy have a Discord too? The dude who shot up
yeah,
in New York.
yep.
Yeah, that shit wild.
Yeah, they're gonna have to start checking out these Discord groups, man, and like trying to figure out what's going on, because it's a lot of crazy shit. All his music was removed. His Twitter was removed. I don't know why they tend to do that so fast, because I mean, maybe I'm pretty sure the FBI and the government could like still look at that information, but like having that stuff up can definitely let like help, like who knows, the public could look up stuff and find more information. Salutes to Clever in the building. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
Good, man. Thanks for taking the link. I saw you in the chat.
Okay. Hey, if they're gonna start, blaming guns for killing people, then they gotta start blaming forks and spoons for getting people fat.
I mean, hey, exactly. Like this, it's like I said before. Like, the thing is that these things are just objects. There has to be someone that pulls the trigger. It's a spoon. Somebody has to put the spoon in their mouth, and with the food, like you said. Like, yeah. I mean, hey, they do try to blame people try to sue McDonald's for getting them fat too. We already seen it. Maybe winning motherfucking lawsuits off that shit. So,
And the thing that kills me, man, is also they're gonna start going towards video games and Call of Duty and
Music,
Mortal Kombat. But you know what?
movies.
I've been playing those games all my life, and I ain't never once ever thought about doing like any kind of harm. So playing Mortal Kombat and GTA. I think it's just lazy for people to blanket excuse everything, like, oh, it's video games, oh, it's this, but they don't try to go down to the root and say, okay, man, it's too easy for people to get guns, man. It's too easy for people to to cause harm to people, man. I just wish everybody could stop making this so political, and just if we can all agree on one thing, is that we don't want our kids and we don't want innocent people to get killed.
exactly.
I'm sure we can all agree to that. So how can we just say, okay, you keep your guns? I don't own a gun myself, but hey, if you want to own a gun, cool. Because I'm pretty sure people who own guns are very responsible people. Some of the most responsible people, I think. But we got to find a way, like, hey, man, we got to find a way to say, hey, how can you keep your guns and keep our people safe and everybody happy?
yeah.
But how?
Well,
I don't know how right now.
that's another thing I was saying before, and I didn't get to it. But like even in Georgia, like, because I'm in the middle. Like I'm all for gun rights. At the same time, I didn't like that law that was passed recently, because I don't feel like everybody who has a gun is responsible at the same time. Like I say I have a gun and another person has a gun, and me and this guy get into a back and forth argument, and then like a fist fight breaks out. Like I'm not like planning, even if I'm getting my ass whooped, I'm not gonna pull my gun out and shoot and try to kill this man. Like I'll take an ass whooping, but
some people don't know how to.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And now they have a gun at their disposal. They're gonna be more quicker to pull that out and shoot you. Like I honestly, like that's why I don't. And even then though, even if you don't even have like that law, there's still people that were carrying weapons regardless. even without that permit. Like, it was gonna happen. Like, I'm pretty like people, like you said, not everybody's gonna follow the law, but that's something that also like makes me worry about it as well. But I want to ask you, Clever, like with this going on, do you feel more pressure in getting a gun now?
You know, I've actually been saying, you know what, maybe I need to give me a little something, man. Because there is some times when I'm sleeping and I just been thinking in the middle of the night, like, what if somebody right now would have come in my house? What do I got? I got 2 goddamn cats.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing to protect myself. Someone just like will sneak in or what I got. I do need to, you know, get something in my hands and protect my family. But right now, though, it's just so messed up because, man, what really kills me, man, is like, you know, the kids are getting killed and people are just making a mockery out of it, man. You know, making jokes, and it just shows you how sick people are right now.
Mm-hmm.
Where they can make jokes of kids, you know, like Charleston White. He's out here making jokes. I used to like Charleston White, man, but the last couple of things he done said, I'm like, man, bro, it don't matter what
He
color
does it.
you are.
He does it for publicity, bro. Like that's all.
He does it. He does it, but some of that stuff, like,
Not saying it is like it's okay. I'm just saying like that's why. Like, yeah, I get what you're saying. He just says outlandish shit.
like we shouldn't care about the kids out there because they were Mexican. And me as a
Yeah.
black man, we should only care about black people being killed. But that's besides the point. But like, I'll tell you this, man, before I leave. As far as like the violent content, the music, the games, I don't think none of that stuff can really affect you if you're like healthy minded. But yeah, of course, if you have mental issues, you're not right in your mind, you don't think straight. Of course, any kind of violent media put in front of your face is only going to amplify how you feel and make you go do them things. You know, it's like, so any kind of violent media put in front of any kind of kids or even grown people, just people not there, it is dangerous. So you can't just say, oh, it's the video games. Nah, it's you gotta you know if your kid is bad. Come on, you know when your kid is bad, man. You know he's the one putting frogs on fire, kicking cats. You know when them dudes is off when they youngsters, man, shooting birds with BB guns.
Ooh, that pussy popping on a handstand.
Hold on.
Check Twitter DM, pictures of Buddy with different groups. Looks like he was trying to confuse people what group he was part of and representing it.
Check Twitter DM pictures of Buddy with different groups. Looks like he was trying to confuse people what group he was a part of and representing it. All right, I'm gonna check it, Gucci. I got you. I'm gonna say this, man. Out of all the music, games, guns, with all that stuff, and Salutes to Rhyme, Stranger America has a mental issue disguised as a gun problem. If you want to ask Tony D at least what his opinion is of what really drives people to do these things, right? I believe it has a lot to do with media, whether it's social media and news and all the above. Because what I mean by that is, you know, they watch people on the news or watch people on TV or read these articles, and that they get infatuated with these beliefs and whatnot, and drives them deeper and deeper, and then filled with whatever anger or whatever, and then that leads into it. I don't believe that somebody goes and kills somebody because of GTA. And when you look at like this guy, you look at like the guy that did the shooting at the grocery store, or you know, even like the guy in the school, like there's some sort of like 4chan, or he's in this Discord, or he was doing this, or he wrote this symbol. Like those are the things that inspired them. They're literally right there in front of you. What made them make that direction? And it's never you don't ever see the guy get, you know, who went in and killed everybody. He has a GTA logo, you know, on his fucking helmet or some shit like that. Like that's not or Call of Duty's on their helmet. No, it's like certain things, certain symbols and shit like that. And you read that, and all that stuff is usually accessed on the internet, whether through forums or some, you know, Reddits or whatever, you know, Discords, whatever. So media is, in my opinion, is one of the biggest things that's driving people to do this type of stuff.
Right, but media that's consumed by people would already, like, you know, they're not
messed up mind, yeah,
in their head.
Exactly.
So it's consumed by those people. But if you're a regular kid, regular person, man, like I grew up on that all my life, Mortal Kombat, all of it. I never ever grew up to wanting to kill nobody. I'll tell you one thing. When I was a kid, man, I shot a bird with a BB gun, right?
Yeah.
I did. I was one of those. But the first time I did it, I felt horrible after that. Like I was Like I thought it was gonna be. I don't know why in my head I thought it was gonna be fun, but seeing the dead bird after that, I was like, oh nah, man. Like,
Oh yeah, because you dealt with. Oh, salute. My fault. You dealt
but
with the
some,
consequences though. Yeah.
yeah, but some people, like when some people are off, they get off on that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm gonna kill some more birds. I'm trying to line up 30 birds. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
But you can't deny that certain things do influence behavior. You cannot deny that.
Right.
Right. And or actions, right? Because respectfully, there's a lot of people that grew up playing Call of Duty, and the moment they turn 21 or 18, whatever your state allows you to buy a firearm, they go out and they buy their favorite weapon from those games. They might not intend to use on a person, but those games do influence certain behaviors or certain acts in a person. Now, the
Okay.
mental illness is what's going to cause the person, or the mental disorder, I should say, is what's going to cause the person to then take those things and use it for its unintended purpose.
Exactly. Now that's a great point, Ron. It's a really great point. That's a really great point. That's definitely you correct me a little bit in that what I said earlier. Yes. I did a video on the AP5, which is the MP5 clone. I went and got that gun because I liked the MP5 from Call of Duty. I like that gun from Die Hard. Those are movies, games I grew up and they were using there. I like that. It's cool. It inspired me. The media, the movies, the games. Like you said though, but and then like you said, those things are the reasons probably why you bought it, not because you wanted to hurt nobody, but then your mind is, then you get tricked into some sort of hate or whatever, and then the thing you have that you bought for a whole different reason, now you like, oh, I have this gun now I can go do this, and that's what the attachment comes from it though. But I think
you got a lot of road background noise.
Oh, my. How about there?
Yeah, now you just mute your mic, Clevin, and when you want to talk, you just unmute it.
Oh,
simple. It's simple like that.
I got you.
Yeah. But yeah, like, so that reasoning, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I can definitely see where that can get tied in linkage for it, But I don't think nobody's like, okay, Call of Duty, man, I see that the AK-47 was this fucking destroying people in that game, so I'm going to go get that because I want to kill everybody. Like, I don't think that's how they base it, That way.
No, not the massive people. There's probably like a super fraction, like 0.0001% of the population that does that shit, But it's not. It's definitely not the mass majority of people.
Yeah. Stressing, what's up, man?
I mean, but to piggyback off
hold on. Yeah, go ahead, Brayson.
But shit, I was just trying to piggyback off of what Ron was saying. Like, I mean, even if it's not guns, like if we take guns completely out the equation and we just focus on some drugs, for example, it's not. I'm trying to figure out how to say it. Like, I mean, guns and drugs are both bad, but like, it's at the end of the day, it's still your choice to do it. We don't see these stories. You don't see stories on the news talking about everybody overdosing and stuff like that. I mean, I guess because it's not just affecting their life, but I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to.
I'll say this, man.
What, a mass overdose? There's no mass overdose.
This gonna sound dumb. I was trying to figure out how to.
I'll say this, Brayson. There is a big problem with it. The issue is simple, bro. These media teams, these Fox, this shit is all about money at the end of the day. Like, believe it or not, like that's the better rating. Like, if 100 people fucking die from an opioid overdose in a city versus 20 people getting fucking shot with AR-15s, that's the better story. You know what I'm saying? That's the better story. Like, look at it this way, right? If this murder didn't happen, this massacre in July 4th didn't happen, they'd be talking about the school shooting still. But now that this happened, they're not going to talk about that school shooting as much. They waiting on the next one now. When the next one happens, like, look, they're not even talking about the shooting at the grocery store anymore. You feel me? Like, it's
Publix.
Yeah, like,
I thought you talking about your local, your mom's.
Well, yeah, that's a whole nother thing. Yeah,
the tops. You talking about tops?
Yeah, like, they don't, like, it's all about the next story, bro. That happened, and then a week later, the school shooting happened with kids, and they weren't even talking about that no more. Then this happened, and right now, if I go to CNN, it's gonna be talking about that. They're not talking about the kid shooting no more. It's done. It's time to make the next check. They do, like, that shit's about money, bro. True. Yes, and they know that they know, like, mass shootings and black men getting killed by cops is the big money makers. And boy, Trump was making them hella money too, man. Trump made them motherfuckers money. Them 4 years, everything. Bro, I remember when Obama was president and even Biden now. Like they talk about Biden here and there, but bro, they talked about Trump 24/7 on CNN, bro. Like it was crazy, bro. They talked about that man, like that man Trump made CNN so much goddamn money. You feel me? And look, I'm not a Trump supporter and all that. I'm just saying, like, you can see though, like why it's done, because it gets clicks. Like, yeah, when something like this happens, it makes me turn to CNN to figure out what's going on, and it'll stay on my channel. Like, I don't believe everything, but I am gonna look at what the news is talking about so I can see. But that's what they want. Yeah, they want you there because the commercials, all that. And hey, look, man, it's just like on a way smaller scale for me as a content creator. Like, if Adidas sent me Superstar and Jordan Brand sent me a Jordan 1, I'm about to get the Jordan 1 out ASAP, because that's the click, that's the view, that's the money, you know? So, yeah.
Can I be honest for a second?
Go ahead, Ron.
I think it's kind of gross negligence on the part of law enforcement. You know, why, in my opinion, the abortion rallies and the LGBTQ rallies have had more protection than that 4th of July parade. You know what I'm saying? I would have thought that at the abortion rally or the LGBTQ rally, those would have got shot up, but they can't because there's actually military personnel out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers got snipers on the roof waiting for shit to pop off, you know, but for some reason at a celebration for the country's independence, there's no snipers on the roof ready. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a little bit of a negligence on behalf of the law enforcement that was there that day.
Say real quick, man, is it me? I don't want to be that guy, but like, do like all these mass shooters, man. Like, I know they all, like, a lot of them are white. But y'all got that look.
I was gonna say,
come on, that's stereotyping. You stereotyping, but go ahead, get that shit off. Get it off.
I don't want to be stereotyped, man. But have you ever seen
just a motherfucking line, man.
Catching a Predator with Jim Henson or whatever?
Yo, he wild.
Like those people, they got that look.
Facts.
And I don't know, bro. They just be having that look, man.
Yeah, this dude looks like an average Discord user. Like I've seen, because I watch a lot of different online communities, right? And one in particular, Tony D knows about, right? And he looks like the average Discord user from that community, you know, like former emo that all of a sudden is in a Discord now with hundreds of people, and they're all influencing his behavior, right? He's possibly influencing their behavior. It's all done in privacy. Look, even Discord recently updated their user agreement saying that everything you type and say in there is going to be recorded, you know? So
they finna go through homeboys web history, man. I wonder what.
Yeah, he had a book online. He was selling allegedly he was selling a manifesto online. It's on Amazon or something. So, I think they took it down now, but
so I don't like making everything about race, but let's just break it down like Clever said, just to show it. I did something on Statista. Number of mass shootings in the United States between 1982 to July 2022 by shooters, race, and ethnicity. 70 white, 21 black, 11 Latino, 8 Asian, 5 other, 3 Native American, and 14 unknown, unclear. So there's a big difference in that.
And is it all men, or the women do that too?
We could do that. We can look at that too. We can look at that also. I'm not gonna lie.
300% difference between whites and blacks.
And I'm not gonna look. I'm about to say something that's wrong, but I'm just gonna say I'm about to say something that's incorrect that I feel like somebody in the chat can correct me, because I know it has to be something between this point. But the last black mass shooting I remember was the DC sniper. I know there's got to be something. I know there's got to be something.
Well, they just classified what happened in Chicago. Now they're classifying like gang activity as mass shootings now. So they're trying to rewrite the definition of a mass shooting. So they called what just happened in Chicago a mass shooting. You know.
Oh, like over the which one? Because there was a shooting like in Old Block. I heard like a lot of different shit going on in
Yeah, the
Chicago.
one where there was like some type of cookout beef or some shit.
Yeah,
within the last few days, they calling that a mass shooting now because the gang members were spraying at the entire block type shit.
I'm just saying, bro. It just be seeming like it's a certain group of people, man, that be doing these things and getting away with it scot free and getting probation. And I hate to be that person, man, but
no, you're not the only one.
Mass shootings by gender, right? From 82 to 2022 again. 127 male, 3 female, and 2 male and female.
Wait, we got female mass shooters? Why I ain't hearing about none of that shit?
It's only 3 of them. It's only 3 of them. It's 3.
I'm saying I'm not seeing that being publicized. You know?
That shit happened like 800 years ago. That's
it probably happened way back. Let me see.
Women don't do that kind of stuff, man. Like you'll never see a woman like on To Catch a Predator and stuff like that. It's only men who do these kind of things.
Me personally, I don't want to sound like a jackass or something, but I feel like it's something in white people's genetics. Not all white people, but it's like it's something there, bro. Mentally,
God damn, bro. You talking about eugenics?
Yo, Tony, can I say something?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm waiting on you. I thought you. Yeah, go ahead. It's stressing, right? Yeah, go ahead.
Yo. So I feel like I don't want to put a race card because I feel like us as black people, we like to pull that race card as like.
Hold on, stressing. You breaking up.
Chicago, all these.
You was breaking up a little bit. You breaking up a little bit, bro. Hold on. Go ahead. Try again.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead. Just go ahead.
I said, so how many times us as black people, we had to identify like all these big places like Chicago, Philly, Atlanta, where it's mass, where black people like our color go down a block and shoot the whole block up. That's a mass shoot. When it's 30 people outside just partying, having a block party, and somebody comes spray the block up, that's a mass shoot. But they don't identify that as on the news, but technically it is because it's a lot of people that get hit. Sometimes a lot of people get killed or a lot of people get injured. So it's just like, ain't that considered a mass shooting that goes on? We just don't get put on the news.
Yeah, they're doing it now. They starting to reclassify that now. Recently, as of like a couple weeks ago, they starting to do that now. Every gang related shooting that involves innocent bystanders, they're considering that a mass shooting now.
Yeah, so
and don't they do the same thing if a shooting is like so many feet away or blocks away from a school, they also consider that a school shooting?
I'm not sure about that one.
I mean, it would make sense though because I mean, shit, you have like drugs, like however many feet that you can go to.
1,000 feet.
Yeah, you'll get extra charges on that, But yeah, I get exactly what you mean, stressing. Like, I think I agree with you that it is. I think the reason why it's been classified the other way is because these mass shootings usually have some political agenda behind it or some sort of agenda where gangs or turf, or it's usually just like more personal.
They want to classify them as terrorists.
Yeah. That's why it's probably done that way. But at the same time, I get it. Like, yeah, definitely.
But it's the KKK. Are they terrorists or are they still just a gang?
It depends on the acts, right? Right now, they're just an organization. But once they become violent in nature, like doing like stuff like this, then yeah, the person that's prosecuted would be considered a terrorist. But they fail to like attach it to the organization. Like they won't ever RICO the KKK. You feel me? That's not gonna ever happen.
That's a good point in itself, though. Why? Like that's a good point. Well, I mean, I guess it's kind of equivalent to Crips and Bloods in a way, right? I mean, there are certain Crips and Bloods that get it, but like you don't see like RICO's going on in LA with that type of stuff. That
pussy popping on a handstand.
Salutes to, what's your point?
Talking about white folks like your inner cities aren't partaking in genocide against your own color. Get race out of it, BC. There's a lot of killing everywhere.
What's your point? Talking about white folks like your inner cities aren't partaking in genocide against your own color. Get race out of it because there's a lot of killing everywhere. I think one of the misconceptions is that black people kill black people more than any race and all that, but when in reality we've done a statistic on that before that every race kills their own race more than other races because you live. It's because it's what you're around, So black people kill more black people than Yeah, white people kill more white people than black people. Like it's as far as the statistics go, like that's the same thing. So I get it from the standpoint of like we killing ourselves more and more, and it's possibly an argument that we do it more. You know, there's possibly a per capita or something like that we do it more than white people killing white people. Definitely, that is an argument. But,
hey Tony, so Tony, what are some things you think they could implement into like getting a gun license? Like
Good
what do you think
question.
are what are some good things? Like I know you can't have the answer to everything, and one answer can't fix it all. But like, what would you do if you had one thing to pick? What would you choose?
I don't feel like on a psychological level you're able to choose whether or not a guy is going to go and kill people. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like that because like a guy could be totally fine and then something insane can happen and it causes him to fucking lose his shit and go do some crazy stuff. Like that itself, right?
On your
yeah, but what I do believe and I wouldn't be against is I feel like people, one thing I see a very big issue in is gun safety in general. Like I do feel like people need to have to take classes to own guns.
Training classes.
Yeah, I just think they do, bro. Like I went to the gun range like a month ago, and I don't know what they were doing, but they were playing back some like footage from I guess they were sending it to a police officer. I don't know what they were doing, but they were showing some guy, and this dude was like holding the gun sideways. He was pulling the gun out from the lane and like trying to cock it, pointing at the ground and taking the clip out and moving weird. Like he was just doing shit that like I don't feel comfortable going to. I was like, bro, I don't feel comfortable going to that range no more if y'all not enforcing shit, you know? Like there's a lot of negligence when it comes to guns, bro, and I feel like you can literally go buy a gun and not know nothing about it, and they don't check to see.
So you say more classes?
Yeah, I definitely think like
or
I don't
like
think
enforce classes.
Yeah, I don't think you got to be a fucking cop or nothing, but I think you need to be able to sit down and learn something and pay a little bit.
Do a firearm class. What is it, like 49 hours or 48 hours or
something, bro? Like you just need something to learn how to do things properly, because like I seen a lot of negligence in people with guns, bro. Like I saw a video the other day where it just be weird stuff, bro. And yeah, man, I just feel like people don't know. Like people don't even know how to hold. Some people don't even know how to hold a gun properly. Like there's a certain
old dog. They doing the old dog the sideways.
Yeah, like that's the main thing. Like they don't know how to hold a gun or keep the barrel down the range at all times. Like there's so much stuff. Like, and I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm perfect. I had to learn some things too. Cause like one thing I learned when I was shooting the AK, I used to, when I was done shooting, I would point the gun up a little bit to take the clip out and all. But you got to keep that shit always down range, even if you ain't got nothing in the trigger. There's been plenty of times at the range where I always do safety checks and I learn like things like, oh man, look, if I would have been slipping, if I wouldn't been on my shit, I could have shot. Like it could have been a bullet in the head and I didn't know. Like there's tons of things that I do like a step ahead at all times. Like whenever I get done shooting my gun, my clip is fully empty. I take the clip out, I cock the gun back, and I pull the trigger, even dry fire every time to make sure there's not a fucking bullet in there. Sometimes bullets can get squibbed in there. It been a time when I shot my gun one time and it messed up, and I was about to load it up again, and I just checked and I saw there was a round that got stuck in the barrel. And if I would have shot that gun with that round in the barrel, that shit would have blew up in my hand and been a catastrophic failure. Like there's so many little things that can go wrong that you gotta be careful with, man. And I just feel like people need to know about these things, bro. Like really.
Hey, you know, that's another thing. Like depending on what kind of gun you have, like I'm a painter, so I deal with these paint guns. I gotta know the tool that I'm using. I gotta know it in and out. So when it messes up, you know how to use it properly, how to take it apart and
how to bust it down. Yeah.
And, you know,
yeah,
and know and understand, you know, how it works, why it shoots,
right,
why the paint comes out, why the paint won't come out,
yeah,
why if it jams up. Like that could be one thing too, man. If you're gonna get a certain type of gun, you gotta go to an instructor and break it down in front of them.
Oh, exactly. People don't even clean their guns, bro. They probably just busting it. Now, salutes to two people in the chat. One, Blacks 114 said, "What's a class going to do when you already have hate in your heart?" And that's what I said. Blacks, I'm not saying that's going to stop gun violence. I don't think there's a solution to it. I just don't think, like, because you can lie your ass off. I'm saying you can lie your ass off on a resume
To
or
who though? Lie to who? To yourself? Like
no, like
respect.
no, I'm saying background checks. Like there's people right
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
There's people out there with perfect records, Ron, that want to kill somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like that's no way to.
I get that.
So like
I get
that.
that.
So like yeah, I don't think like that itself right there is showing that the system is flawed. Is it,
Bro, I'm in
dude,
Texas right now.
17
Open carry free.
17-year-old right now, he hate people. He hate black people. He hate Asians. He's black, whatever race, whatever. Right now can have hate in his heart and never been arrested. And then 18 come, he gonna get the gun because he clean. He's nothing on his record. So the hate, there's nothing you cannot stop that. You cannot stop that. Raising the age to 20. Okay, one more.
No,
all right, hold on. I'm gonna say one more thing, and then I'll let y'all both talk. I'm gonna let y'all talk. I just want to say the closest Closet Loader said, let's be honest, why do we need guns in the first place? Now, my friend, salute to my brother PT, man, he said the other day, and his argument, I understood it, but then like he even fixed it now. He even like agrees now that we need it, but he was like, we never really needed AKs and ARs and like a gun, yes, but we never really needed it. Like a gun itself, a pistol was good enough to defend ourselves. But he said, but now we do need it. But like when you look back, like as far as how shit has progressed, we never at one point needed an AR-15. But like at the point it is now, where people are killing people with them, now you feel the need to need it. But like when you look back, like I get what he was saying. Like as far as it not like what you saying though with the question and why do we need guns? We need we do need them now. Like I wasn't say we don't.
Because things have progressed. Things have progressed.
Because
Like,
at
one
point
we got Walmart.
At one point we didn't need them, but now we do because of shit like that. Of this, like I mean, Closet. What's the thought then? Is like, well, shit. If you just get caught in the wrong place at the wrong time, is it time to die? Because it's like that's the way. Is that the way we look at it? Like we don't need guns, but then you in that Publix or you in that Walmart or you at that fair, and if somebody doing that, what's the response then? Like I didn't need. I mean, like it's like, hey man, if it's time to go, it's time to go. Is that the thought process that you got to live with? Because I can't live with that. You know.
Some people ride around with the chopper on the passenger seat. I respect that. You know?
Shit. I'll be rolling with my shit, but I don't be looking for bullshit. It's just like you have it just in case. Like you never know.
So yeah, stressing. I don't know if you about to say something. Go ahead. I'm using the restroom. I can hear y'all still.
No, I was telling bro when he was saying that it's like there's no loopholes around it. I live in St. Louis right now, and I go. It's a famous gun store where niggas that get all different races, white, black, will get their girlfriend or people they fucking with. They just ask them to get a gun in their name. They just report it stolen, and they just get a dude the gun. That shit happens more often than we think we know. How these guns are getting out there.
I agree with that. That happens a lot. As far as the mental illness aspect of it goes, like I understand Tony D saying that, you know, a person can just snap at any moment. You know, you lose your job, you snap. Your girlfriend cheats on you or your boyfriend cheats on you, you fucking snap, right? But there are some preventative measures that can be taken prior to receiving a license scientifically, right? Like, especially with the mental illness and mental disorders, like if they were to implement things like an MRI exam, right, to scan your brain, and then implement like mandatory psychology or psychiatric evaluations, like, you know, you go sit down with a person for 6 sessions prior to receiving your license. That alone can weave out a lot of bullshit, because if a person is truly mentally ill, they can't keep up a facade for, you know, two months of sessions going to sit down. You know what I mean? They can't remember what the fuck they said in the first session to the last session. You know what I'm saying? So there are things that can deter it. Now, would it be unfair to the person that's not mentally ill? Possibly, it might be unfair, but it's just an extra precaution. It's just an extra precaution, you know? Do an MRI, sit down for a few sessions.
Oh, my bad.
They started doing that with like violent media content, like video games and movies, and if they made you say, okay, before, I remember GameStop for a while, you couldn't buy, you know, M-rated games without an ID. Now they don't care no more. They just sell it to you. But there was a time where they need an ID
Yeah, the
at the
parents had to
very
buy the
minimum.
video game. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the parents didn't know what they were buying sometimes. But
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't know, man. Like,
oh, go ahead.
I'm in Texas, bro. In Texas, we can open carry now with not no license. We don't have to have. We don't have
A
to.
lot of states now.
I tell
Texas,
you one thing that I'm for changing. And a lot of gun people might not like it, right? And it's scary, but I own a gun. I can go sell a gun to anybody. I don't have to ask if they're a felon or nothing. And I can legally sell that weapon to them. Now, if I know they're a felon, I can get charged for that. But I don't have to check your background or nothing. You know, you can just sell a gun to somebody like that, right? And it's done. That's it. If you're a citizen, you can sell a gun to a person. You don't have to do a background check or nothing. It is the people that own FFLs that are gun owners and gun stores that have to run the background checks and all that. I can go and say, yo, you want to buy this gun? They say yes. I sell the gun to them, and that's that. And I don't like that for the simple fact that serial code is registered in my name and all that. And if they go and kill somebody and find that gun, they're gonna come talking to me. But
I was about to say.
but the thing, there's
the transference of ownership via serial numbers doesn't get transferred.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it do. Yes, it do. What you do is, because I have done this multiple times before. You write up a bill of sale. What you do is write up a bill of sale. You can look up online. You can look at like gun receipts or whatever the case may be. Write up the bill of sale. What you do is you put the person in that you bought it, that you're selling it to, and your name. Then what you do is you go down to your local city hall and give it to your city hall and let them know that gun that you own is no longer in your name and your possession. It's into this person's possession, like you do a car. And then
I got you, but it's not mandatory. Is it mandatory?
I don't think that
makes sense.
I don't think it's mandatory though.
If they do something bad though, if they do something bad, then that fall on you. So I mean, if you don't you don't trust them.
The only reason why I don't feel like that's mandatory though, stressing and look, I'll take your word, over mine, right? But I know that when you sell a weapon to somebody, you don't have to do all that. Like that's stuff that you do way later on, you know. Like when you go to a gun show, when you go to a gun,
like if you sell a car to somebody and they start running tow tags, tollways, and they don't ever change the plates to their name, you get charged for all that.
Well, yeah, I just know when you go to a gun show, you can buy a gun and there's no background checks and all that shit needed, the loophole, whatever, right? But when I went and sold a gun to my gun store, they just took the gun, looked at the price, gave me my money, and gave me a receipt. Now I don't know if they didn't. They probably
like
did
sneakers.
Yeah, I mean they probably did something
Like
on. They probably did something on the back end, but I was like, do I need to do nothing? And they're like, no, you don't have to do nothing. Like that receipt right there is your evidence. So maybe that you got to go to the maybe you got to go down to City Hall and do all that. I'm pretty sure because I know for one thing, if your gun gets stolen, you want to report that.
Report it.
You do want to report that, but as far as the gun selling, like you don't have to do any type of like shit. Then you can sell the gun to them and leave. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I'm not saying that you have to. I'm not saying that it's mandatory. I mean, old guy at Cabela's told me like, if you do sell this gun, this the right way to do it because if anything happens, you got a leeway saying that you don't own this gun. So if you sell the gun, just like okay, fuck it, I'm gonna sell it to this motherfucker on the corner. He go shoot some shit up, and the gun come out. You know, that gun gonna come back to you, so you gonna be looking like, oh shit, I really didn't do it. I'm like, okay, then who you sell the gun to? So it's just like basically like covering your tracks, basically when you're doing shit like that. I just covering I'm black, so I gotta cover my tracks at all times. I can't play no games like that. So.
Could you imagine, man, if they just let everybody have a car with no driver license? You could just you didn't need a driver license. You didn't have to go to no school. You didn't have to learn how to at least learn a couple of things.
They do it. You can go to South DeKalb and do that. No cap.
Where?
South DeKalb Mall.
What's that?
You said what? What was the question?
Oh, he was just like, what if they didn't give out, like, what if you ain't have to take a class to be a driver, to get your driver's license, to drive a car, basically. I was like, they do.
I mean, yeah, you can get your permit pretty much like that, yeah. You don't have to do
I was just saying, you can go to South DeKalb. They just be handing out licenses, bro.
I'm just saying, man. I just say worldwide. I mean, all nationwide. If you didn't have to go to take a class, you know.
I got you. Pass that multiple choice exam.
Yeah,
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I mean, and some of that comes down to common sense, man. Because I know some drivers right now who are some of the best drivers, and they don't got a license. just like I know some people who could cook, who ain't never went to school to learn how to cook, and they just got it in them. But that stuff, the school stuff, is for people they ain't got no common sense, man. That they need school because they don't. Some of this common sense needs to be taught to them. Like, hey, man, don't do this, don't do that, you should do this, and it's a very important, man. I mean, it was hard for me to get my driver's license. I ain't gonna lie, man. I guess in Texas, they give you way more questions about drinking and driving than anything else. I swear that's all my questions were. How many beers until you drunk? This guy drank this much. He waited 3 hours, and then he drank 2 more. I'm like, what is God? I was like, man, I felt all that stuff. But I guess because in Texas, man, there's more drinking and driving than other states. Supposedly, that's why our beer stores close at 12 o'clock.
So old man, goddamn, said the simple reality is guns do way more killing than defending. That is 1,000% fact. You can look it up anywhere. Can you show me where on that? Because I don't believe that. I think cops alone that are actually defending people, I think that they might have a strong, like, you got to think about all the cops that do kill people and save people's lives.
Security guards,
etc. Like, that's not even including personal people. Like, believe it or not, as much as we want to hate cops and stuff like that, they do save lives. So that itself, that's something to think about.
Yeah, if the baby was caught lacking in Walmart, he would have been dead.
Nah, you seen the video?
You wild,
Nah.
you wild, yeah.
Yeah, if you ain't seen the video, that's not what happened.
No,
wait. No, wait.
You only saw.
I saw the video with the baby, and the dude pulled a gun out. Y'all didn't see that?
I seen it, but it seemed like he was aggravating the situation before he even pulled the gun out.
Before that happened, yeah, like he was pressing the issue. He was pressing the issue.
Well, yeah, I mean, him doing the push or whatever the fuck, yeah.
Yeah.
But when they were tussling, like when they were tussling, because I found out later on, I didn't know, but the baby didn't kill the guy he was fighting. He killed the dude off to the side. Did you not know that, Ron?
I ain't
know.
Hold on, let me show y'all this, man. Let me show you.
I thought he shot the dude.
He didn't kill the dude with the gun. He killed his friend.
No, he killed the one. No, he killed the one with the gun. I'm gonna show y'all right now.
He killed the one on the side.
Hold on, man. I'm gonna show y'all this, man.
You know how that shit. It's just a big ass game of telephone. Everything.
Let me show y'all this. Let me show y'all this, bro. Because I thought the same thing till I watched it.
What I took away from the video when I saw it is that baby wouldn't have been aggressive if he didn't have a gun on him. He knew he had a gun on him, so he was super aggressive.
So look, this is Henry Douglas in the blue right here, right? Henry Douglas. Jonathan the baby. This is Henry Douglas and Jonathan the baby. Look at this guy with the jacket. Look at him with the jacket. Look at him right now. Look at him right now. What is he holding on?
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah.
Look, he had it out. He pulled it out right there. He actually pulls this shit out. Drops his phone. It's right here. You see it?
But why did he pull it out?
And he has it out to his side. Look, Jalen Craig, he grabs for it again or some shit. And look, the baby's looking at him like doing whatever the fuck he doing. I don't like look, man. All I'm saying is I'm never trying to pull out my weapon. I'm never trying to pull my gun out unless I'm using it. I'm not like that's it. That's my because once you brand the shit, the other person has like they can be in fear for their life now. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Like I'm not
I just
saying
feel like baby wouldn't have been that aggressive period if he didn't have the pistol on him in that moment. Like motherfuckers think they Superman. They do the most Superman heroic shit when they have a pistol on them, bruh. If baby didn't have the pistol on him, he would have just fucking went to his car and went about his business. But he knew he was good in case something did pop off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, all that. I'm not here to say the man was right or wrong, but I'm just saying, people. I thought that the baby shot the dude he was fighting, and that part I was like, I don't understand that. If y'all having an equal battle and you kill a man, I don't understand it. But if you're fighting someone and then someone off to the side pulls a gun out, you can now feel like you're in the fear of your life. Like technically, like that, I would be in the fear of my life if I'm fighting somebody and then a third party or the guy's friend is there with a gun. I'm feeling scared as fuck now. Like this is about to shoot me. So like that.
Yeah, that's what happened outside of the sneaker store in LA, right? It wasn't the people that were fighting that were involved in the shooting. It was a third party that was watching the fight that felt like his man was getting bested, and he clapped the person that was besting his man. You know what I mean?
He can say he was defending his friend, but that you can't say that. You can't say
Nah,
that.
there's no justification.
The only way he's defending his friend is if the baby's beating the shit out of his friend with a bat, bloodying him, about to kill him.
Within it, yeah.
Yeah, these guys were standing up, both holding each other. Like it was like 50-50 right then. Like it ain't like the baby was beating him out the situation. Like there was no like, it was a pretty even fight right then. So
if that was your loved one that got smoked by the baby, in that case, would you say that your loved one was in the wrong, or would you still be upset about it? I mean, you're gonna be upset anyway.
I'm gonna be upset. I'm gonna be more so upset, like mad as fuck that he did that. Like that was, I feel like that was not smart, bro.
Accountability.
Yeah, I'll be more upset about that. That itself makes me mad. Like, bro, why you pulled a gun out for like first of all, it wasn't even that serious of a fight to do that, Like I feel like we said earlier, when you get in a fight with somebody, I don't feel like you have to shoot. Like that shouldn't be the first thing, bro. Especially if someone's offering to throw hands with you. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
and they're making the songs about it.
Yeah, like they throw their hands with the man. Like, at the end of the day. So, it is what it is. I just feel like that was.
But hold on, let's not make it about baby and let's make it about this faux counterfeit neo-Nazi.
Yeah.
With cherry tattoos on his neck. Okay.
Yeah. You get back to him.
Right. I saw somebody break down a video of the symbol that the guy uses, the square with the triangles in the corners.
You have a link to it, Ron? If you can send it to my Discord, if you want to, if I would like to learn a little, like not learn, but like see what the fuck this nigga's head is about, man.
You talking about the buddy who just shot?
Yeah, this 47 thing that somebody even mentioned. 47 also, they mentioned it.
Yeah, I got you. There's a video where a dude breaks it down in like less than 10 minutes, bro.
All right, let's check it out.
Yes.
Shit, he look like a great value Lil Xan to me.
God damn.
I don't even listen to Lil Xan.
Man. You check some of these comments.
All right, I'm gonna drop it in the private chat right now.
Okay, cool.
Boom. He breaks that joint down in less than 10 minutes. The whole the numerology, all of 47, the 115, all of that stuff he breaks down.
Let's check it out, man. Salutes to Yasin. I'm gonna share it for y'all too, so y'all can sit here and watch it with me.
Yeah, he joined Zaya's stream a while ago when Blade was doing like the fake Jaeger shots, and he broke that down back then with like, this dude is good, bro.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that guy. I remember that. Yeah, I remember the fake, like he was fake, like not drinking real liquor and shit, right?
Yeah. And he's the one that broke it down with the images and all of that. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna put him on. We'll put him on like 1.5. See what's up, y'all.
Unfortunate situation that happened yesterday.
Oh no, he kind of talks fast. That boy talks kind of fast.
Park shooting.
Yeah, you get him with the 1.25.
I'm here to tell you guys about some of the things that some people may not know about concerning the suspect. So the suspect is Robert Crime III, and I think we've seen that symbol around a lot. And I'm going to start off with trying to see what it's about. The symbol's about. First of all, let's start off with what it's likely not. So Tariq Nasheed put out a tweet this morning, saying that the symbol belongs to a far-right Nazi organization, a Finnish one. He says it due to the similarity in the logo, but in fact, if you compare the two, the one that the suspect has sharp edges, whereas this one has cut-off edges, flat edges. Yeah, and like I mentioned, it's a far-right national.
And you know one thing that's crazy that we kind of like, we always like to, like, look, I'll give ourselves the credit for being a fucked up crazy country, right? But a lot of these other countries be having them far right crazy motherfuckers too. You know what I'm saying?
Big facts.
Like the Finland one, the dude that was over in Australia, like they be on some crazy stuff.
Ireland.
Yeah, they be like they got some crazy far right shit going on. And a lot of that shit it starts over there and comes here. You know what I'm saying? Like this one right here, like I don't know what he's about to say, but it might be like he learned about it from there and then made his own version of it, or you know what I'm saying, kind of like different sectors or whatever the fuck. Like a lot of this shit be coming from different places and then get put over here, you know, and then spread.
They become like rogue splinter cells.
Yeah, because I don't know I ain't gonna talk like I'm gonna sound stupid, chat, because I didn't dive deep into it, but like the neo-Nazi and all that shit, like that comes, I guess it's a part. I don't know the neo-Nazis. I'm gonna read up on it while we're listening to this, but obviously we hear the word Nazi and it coming from Germany, and there must be some sort of, you know, iteration or linkage to it. So I'm gonna look into that as well.
According to Wikipedia, it's a far-right nationalist and patriotic. It's a far-right organization. So something that might be more closer to the truth, hopefully, is that it has the symbol is almost pretty much identical to the coat of arms for a district in southwestern Germany. So the coat of arms for this district belonged to the city of that Renault, and looks almost exactly the same. This is some symbols from the one of his music videos. And it's essentially a carbon copy, but straight from the horse's mouth though. So the suspect he had music. He made music. He was a rapper. He was called Awake the Rapper, right? And according to his official wiki.
Also, man, chat, hit that like button, man. We got 100 in the building, 107 in the building. Hit that motherfucking like button if you're enjoying today's show. Let's get this up to 100 likes, man.
Which it even says
salute to the chat.
Fan wiki for Awake the Rapper. You see that he actually kind of talks about it, the symbol, not much though. So basically, Zada159, when Awake resurfaced in late 2020, he brought Zada_159 as well as his new logo with him for a brief period. He doesn't talk much about the history of it, but you can see the logo there. Apparently, there's a clothing line associated with this name. But just that symbol is just seen around a lot. So, and I'm sure you guys noticed there throughout all the social media, everything, Twitter, music videos, YouTube, there's a lot of symbology and numbers, especially. So the numbers. This was still taken from one of his music videos. I believe it was called Toy Soldier, or Toy Soldiers. You see a lot of numbers. First of all, you see the symbol. You see the 47, 23, 115, 333 over here. We may not know what it means, but this is very important, especially the 47, in my opinion. So when you go further, in one of his videos entitled,
ooh, that pussy popping on a handstand.
Salutes to London.
You ever watch one of Steven Crowder Change My Mind videos on gun laws?
Salutes to London in the building for the $5 donation. You ever watch one of Steven Crowder Change My Mind videos on gun laws? Nah, I have to check that out. I definitely could check that out. Let me see one. Yeah, there's that. There's the 47. All this shit.
Especially the 47, in my opinion. So when you go further,
I'm gonna look that up right now.
Entitled On My Mind. The video is exactly 3 minutes and 33 seconds long. Whatever that means. It ties into the 333 over here. And then the number 47. I think this one's important. Like I said earlier, so in another music video,
333 is also associated
first
with
of all, you see the
demonology.
symbol again in the background.
333 is also what?
Associated with demonology.
Is it for the fact that it's like 666 type shit?
Yeah, and like I hate to reference movies, but you know when you watch those demonic movies, like the possession movies.
3:33 a.m. is like the devil's time.
You remember the Paranormal Activity and all of that stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
That guy,
you see a 47 over here
on the
too.
screen, that's the killer?
Yeah, this is him.
Okay.
Yep.
Right? And one thing I noticed, or some other people noticed, is that
this motherfucker look like he got the Donald Trump tie and all that shit. Nigga like a fake ass Agent Smith, man.
Agent 47, scuffed Agent 47.
Oh shit, I didn't even read that at the top.
Yeah,
I swear I didn't read that, bro. I swear I did not read that. I swear, Ron, I did not read that. Damn.
47. This is the suspect with
oh wow.
It looks like he's doing a cosplay for Agent 47, the main character in the Hitman video game series, Agent 47. So whatever that means, whatever the connection that is. But another big one is what happened yesterday, July 4th, 7/4/2022, right? But you have to understand that in a lot of places around the world, first of all, America uses the month first, day second, and the year third. But a lot of places around the world, they use day, month, a year. South America, Northern Africa, Europe, a lot of Europe. Next, so what that would become, if you use the European stuff or the ones that it would be for.
See how you making sense out of that shit, boy?
On to the next one. So this rapper named Capital Steez, he formed this collective called Pro Era, short for Progressive Era, and they're associated. the 47 symbol is associated with pro era and pro era.
I'm sorry, that look, brother, capital C's, that looks too close to that Nazi symbol, bro.
Yeah, that's what they was on back then. Yeah, he was definitely on that type of shit back then, bro.
He's black and was on that like that.
Yeah. But unfortunately, he took his life. But yeah, he was on that. He was definitely on that.
Peace. That's crazy.
Era, and what capital Steve said about it is that he was, or rather, what's said about it is that Steez, this guy, the rapper, was infatuated with the number 47 and what it meant spiritually. He believed the number 47 was the, quote, perfect expression of balance in the world, end quote, representing the tension between the heart and the brain, the fourth and seventh chakra, respectively. Okay, so this is another important one, Arcturus. So there's a book, now you can't get it anymore, but there was a book by the suspect, Robert Cremo. It was available on Amazon called Arcturus, right? And it's basically a book. You see on the Amazon page, it had a preview. You can see the logo, of course, the synonymous logo, and then a bunch of numbers, like some sort of...
What's crazy is, Ron, that like this shit is, there's other things like this right now a lot, like in the world. Somebody else
Facts.
that like this shit is like, they got all this erased, but there's some other crazy motherfucker out there right now who's got it all laid out right in front of our eyes right now. You know, some Discord group he's working, you know, and we don't even know. You know, it's like it's out there. Not saying he's gonna carry out on it, but he's either trying to get that publicity. Like, who knows? There's crazy motherfuckers out here right now.
Like crypto,
waiting to
sort of
copycat,
like code,
just waiting.
Right? And according back again to his official Wikipedia or wiki, he says that Arcturus, or more formally known as Project Arcturus, is an archaic manifesto / book conceived by Robert Cremo. It was published on the 19th of February in the year 2021. It's 28 pages long, and it's composed entirely of undeciphered sequence of numbers. There's a coinciding video to Arcturus on YouTube, which is composed of footage from the music videos to On My Mind, Out of This World, and Toy Soldier. The numbers 23, 47, and 115, 115 seem to be of significance in decoding Arcturus. However, Arcturus remains an unsolved mystery. So I think in the coming days, when some people have ordered this book, I ordered the book too. It's gonna come tomorrow, God willing. I think that's gonna, like this Wikipedia says, it's a manifesto. It's an archaic manifesto / book. So that book might explain a lot of things about the motive, yada yada. So yada yada yada. So we may hear a lot of things coming soon. And then so the number 115, it mentioned that it's gonna be significant in decoding Arcturus, and there's a lot of Call of Duty connections with this.
Oh shit!
Hey, real quick, what does manifesto mean?
It's basically like I'm not a let me get the definition, but basically like it's something that usually that when killers do these crimes, they leave this paperwork behind of why they did it or what they believe in. It's a public declaration of policy and aims, especially one issue before an election by a political party or candidate. But of course, like in a shooting, so
it's like a confession.
It's kind of like a reasoning, like your political thoughts and
thought process,
and like what you believe in and what you stand for, and could also show you reasons why you planned on doing what you did or why you did what you did.
Yep.
A written statement declaring publicly the intentions, motives, or views of its issuer.
So when people write these, that's actually like, do they plan on dying?
Not dying, but this is this is why they behave like Hitler had a manifesto, right? A lot of infamous people have manifestos, and it's basically just to explain their philosophy and why they move the way they move.
Yeah.
Okay. But it just seems like they know they're gonna die, so they need to explain this.
Everybody's gonna die, bro.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but they know they're gonna die of these reasons. Like, they want to kind of explain themselves, like, this is why they're gonna go out this way, and they want to explain themselves, so they kind of justify.
Yeah.
And they want to get their ideology out there that way, in their minds, it's sort of a recruiting equipment as well. It could be looked at as recruiting equipment. Like, a person could buy the manifesto online, or you hand out the manifesto to other people, they read it, and your hope is that they come to the same ideology that you fall under,
Yep.
on his YouTube, he had a video about a montage of Black Ops 2, one of the Call of Duty games, right? And it's a Black Ops game. It's in the Black Ops series. So 115 in Call of Duty Black Ops is Element 115. Apparently, according to the story, the lore, Element 115 has a major role with the zombies storyline. I didn't get the thing. I think it has to do something with the zombies. Perhaps. I didn't get more information, but it has something to do with the zombies. I don't want to speak without knowledge, so let me move on. So another piece of the Call of Duty reference in his music video, there's a promotional time poster associated with
they're gonna eat this Call of Duty shit up.
The game Modern Warfare 3, right? Modern Warfare 3 makes Cover of Time, a news magazine lets Activision use an iconic front face for Call of Duty promotional campaign. And you see it there. An astute user pointed out that some of the numbers are 23 is a prime number, 47 is a prime number, and then 115 is a product of two primes, 23 times 5. So it kind of feels weird at the end, like the whole ARG aspect of it, augmented reality game where people are trying to find clues and whatever. There's a lot more information to find. I think I forgot to include it. Let me see if I can pull it up right now. But in his music video, the one where he's sitting in the classroom. Yes, I have it here. So let me just pull it up. The one where he's sitting in the classroom, he has. I'll just show right here. You see over there, he's sitting down, and then it says 1 + 1 = 5. So there may be another significant piece there. I feel like a lot of people should come together, use these, and then hopefully we can decode the book when some people get it. And yeah, that's information. There's a lot more information, but I think this is some of the more relevant stuff that some people might miss. Thanks for watching. This is Yasin33 out. Thank you.
Oh yeah, next week you're gonna hear in a couple of days you're gonna hear Hitman, Call of Duty, just how they doing Young Thug with the lyrics. Yeah. They're gonna start judging you on what you look at and what you play.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Jesus.
I don't like that.
Well.
I don't like that.
Yeah, man. That's wild.
Well, that's wild, right? Like, it's not as disorganized as people may think. You know, people may think that this person is just some, random. It's just a random. Nah, hell no. Like, this shit takes a lot of planning, and it takes a lot of persistence.
Yeah.
You have to actively be pursuing these type of activities.
And it's not just a wake up and I'm gonna do it.
Hell no.
Like motherfuckers be waiting on certain dates and all that shit, and like you said.
He broke it down. 47 = July 4th, and that's facts.
Yeah.
That's facts.
And like you said, he could have did it on April 7th. He's like, nah, July, like whatever. Like he had like, nah, it has to be this date because of this. It's wild. Well, yeah, man. I'm gonna go ahead and end this thing off, man. Ron, Clever, I appreciate y'all coming through, man. And
I appreciate you for doing this open discussion.
Yeah. We'll definitely follow up as more information comes through, man, and go from there.
Appreciate the invite, Tony.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Salute, y'all.
Yeah.
Salute to the chat. Salute to the half breed for not doing a pool stream. Yo, chat, this motherfucker ain't do a pool stream yet, right? He stopped being active on Twitch.
I'm coming back. I'm doing Twitch tonight, man. I'm back.
Yeah. Listen.
Shout out to my
Salute to Nesto. Salute to Nesto for grinding out here, okay? Salute to fucking Nesto, okay?
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Salute to the chat, bro. Half breed. I appreciate you, man.
All right, man.
Hey, Tony. Hey, Tony, real quick, Tony.
Yeah.
What do you think of all these, like, everybody, like, I think I saw Unthinkable Kicks and other people posting up the cherry, those new 11s already. Are those fake or are they real?
Which ones?
The ones everybody posting right now. I've been seeing everybody posting up the 11s, the red ones, the red and white ones. I've been seeing a whole bunch of early pairs.
Oh, the cherries? Oh, shit, I don't know. I don't touch shit that's like, damn near 5 months from now. Or if they're releasing
that's gotta be red, right?
I can't speak on, I don't like to speak on no other man. But
I'm not speaking on another man.
I'm saying, like, I don't want to say whether or not Unbreakable's pair is real or this person's fake. I'm just saying that I'm not messing with, like, usually I don't mess with something that long unless it's coming from a reputable person, you know, or a store, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know where they're getting them from, but that is a very, very long time for that shoe to be getting it that, you know, getting that early usually. But I'm not saying it can't be done. I'm just saying that, like, I don't see, you know, I haven't been able to get my hands on them, so, you know.
All
It
right.
is what
Hey,
on that.
appreciate the invite, though, man.
No
Take
problem.
care.
No problem, bro. Salutes to everybody in the building, man. Appreciate y'all coming through as always. And yeah, man, hit that like button on your way out. Get this thing to 100 likes. And I appreciate y'all as always, man. And you know, let me get my music. Let me get my music. I can't even get my shit. Oh, here we go. Yeah, man. We'll be probably going back live pretty soon. We'll probably got some videos popping soon. I want to get some vlogs over here as well throughout the week. And we'll be going live tonight on Twitch. So if you aren't familiar with my Twitch, I will leave a link down below in the description. Hit that like button for your boy on your way out. And make sure y'all, you know, join me on Twitch tonight, man. We're probably going live tonight at midnight. And Gucci, we'll probably be doing some what's it called? Thinking about Ready or Not, man, or is another game, Hell Let Loose, that I'm thinking about playing. So we'll see, man. Appreciate y'all. Salutes. And I love y'all, man. We out, man.